Crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. Thank you so much for being here. I'm happy that you stumbled upon my channel. If you're a new subscriber, hello, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for your loyalty. Today I just thought I'd bring you the classic, your person's thoughts and feelings about you. I wanted to do an energetic check-in for the person you're trying to manifest if you're single, or the person you're already in a connection with and you're crushing on, you're in a situationship with, you might have separated from, but you're wondering, what are they thinking and feeling about me? So take this reading as it applies. I'm reading for a large collective, and if you want to get in touch with me for something more specific, keep in mind I am open for personal readings, and you can click on the second link in the description box below to take you to my website and see my pricing and the options I offer. Following this introductory bit aside, I'm super happy to be bringing you a Divine Feminine choice. Today I have been using the Divine Feminine Oracle, which is an oracle deck I feel so supremely connected to. This reading is under the guidance of Goddess Venus Aphrodite, which I have here. This is a card, an oracle card from the Goddess Power Oracle. So we have here a variety of Divine Feminine tools that we will use today to divinate. But Goddess Venus Aphrodite will not be a choice. She's just presiding over this reading. I myself am a Libra ascendant, which means I am Venus ruled, because Venus is the planet that governs over the sign of Libra and also Taurus. So I like to work with her energies. I feel that she is intimately guiding me on the path of my destiny, bringing life opportunities towards me, and I cannot be more grateful. So today, to invoke her beautiful energies, I am going to read you a little bit about Venus. So the Greek goddess of romantic love, Aphrodite, or her Roman name being Venus, represents a state of ecstatic being that she now invites you to cultivate within. You can experience the world as a sensual, expressive, creative being if you allow yourself the freedom to explore what this means to you. Perhaps this is a portent of a new partnering or a deepening of the one you already have, or perhaps this is a time for you to claim this aspect of your nature which may have lain dormant a while. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life now and just to look for the essence and expression of love all around you. By doing so, love will increase tenfold and you will see evidence of it everywhere you turn. This is your sacred task when Aphrodite chooses to aid and empower you. God bless, so may it be. We honor your gorgeous energy, Goddess Venus Aphrodite. Thank you for being here, presiding over this special pick a card. Okay, so now I have an option here of 3 Divine Feminines. You can choose from, for group 1, the Dakini, the Enlightened Feminine. For group 2, I have here Saint Brigid, Our Lady of Exalted Light. And for group 3, we have here Pope Joan, the Pontiff of Possibilities. I will read you the specific affirmations at your pile in order for us to activate their energies, but I do want to read you a brief excerpt for each of these choices to let you know who these women were and how are they contributing to your spiritual growth, so that you can make a choice both on an intuitive level, maybe guided by the color, the names, the numbers, whatever you feel drawn towards, but I want you to also make a logical choice regarding who these women were, and I also want to talk a little bit about them because I feel like we honor them by remembering them. So first of all, I'm going to begin with the Dakini. So for those of you who feel very drawn to this specific card, Dakini is the embodiment of a feminine wisdom that goes beyond reason or the intellect. Dakini is translated into Tibetan as sky goer. She is a tantric priestess and a female manifestation of wisdom. She is elusive, playful, and ultimately defies definition. She represents the enlightened feminine principle of non-duality that transcends gender. She contains a sharp, quick, and uncompromising energy that can feel radical, wild, and free. As a space dancer and a skygoer, the Dakini has left the rigid boundaries of Earth and the laws of gravity. She is about the limitlessness of the sky, and because of this, all possibilities are open to her. In Tibetan Buddhism, she represents the inner realm as a meditation deity, the outer realm as a tantric yogini, and the mundane realm as a woman who teaches spiritual truths in each moment of her everyday life. She holds the gold tantric staff, which is called Khatvanga, as a symbol of the ultimate union she has attained, ecstatic bliss and emptiness. Yeshe Tsogyal is one of the great Dakinis in Buddhist history. She can appear as a messenger, a guide, or as a protector. She is known for being unruly in whatever she does because the ordinary rules of conduct don't apply to her. No man rules her, and a taste of freedom is what she wants to give us most of all. So this is for group 1. If this actually resonates with you, you might feel drawn to choose that pile. Feel free to choose more than one person as well. Now we're going to move to Saint Brigid. Saint Brigid represents the elevated state of knowing that we have everything we could ever need. Brigid was born in Ireland in 1453, the daughter of an enslaved Pict woman named Broca. Brigid's name comes from the Celtic briganti, meaning high or exalted. It is said that the moment the king witnessed Brigid's generosity, he knew that she was holy and set her free. Brigid shares the name of the Celtic goddess Brigid and took on many of the same attributes. Saint Brigid's feast day is on Imbolc, the first day of February, which is also the day that the goddess Brigid is honored. Around 480, Saint Brigid founded a monastery at Kildare on the site of a shrine to the goddess Brigid. There were priestesses who tended to the goddess's eternal flame and received spiritual instruction in honoring the goddess. Saint Brigid is credited with organizing a communal and consecrated form of religious life for women on that same sacred ground. Tradition says that Saint Brigid died on Imbolc in 525. She had a female companion named Dar Lugdach, who became her successor as the abbess of Kildare. Dar Lugdach also died on Imbolc a year later, which Saint Brigid had predicted. The abbey at Kildare that Saint Brigid founded became a center of religion and learning and developed into a cathedral city. It remains famous and revered today. Wow. Okay, so this is for you, group 2, and for those that are drawn towards Pope Joan. Let's find out her story. Pope Joan embodies the truth that all things are possible. According to popular legend, there was a female pope. Pope Joan embodies the truth that all things are possible. According to popular legend, there was a female pope who reigned for 3 years in the 9th century. She was brilliant, highly educated, a woman who entered the Catholic Church in Rome by cross-dressing as a man so she could be with her lover. Intelligent and quick-witted, she rose through the ranks of the church hierarchy and was eventually elected as the Pope. 3 years into her reign, she was in a procession from St. Peter's to the Lateran in a lane once known as Via Sacra, the Sacred Way. Her true sex was dramatically revealed in the middle of the Sacred Way when she gave birth surrounded by a shocked and astounded crowd. One legend says that she was killed immediately and buried on the spot where she had given birth. Another says she lived to do penance for her deception, and her son, who became the Bishop of Ostia, had her entombed with honor in his cathedral when she died. Regardless, her name was removed from the list of popes, and all subsequent cardinals had to sit on the sedes stercoraria, a throne with a conspicuous hole in the middle of the seat, to get a confirmation of sex before being named as the next pope. In the 13th century, Jean de Melly wrote a chronicle that contains the first written mention of an unnamed female pope. This inspired a wildfire of interest that spread throughout Europe. To this day, the legend of Pope Joan is widely believed, especially among Christians. There you go, a really rebellious story. So these are the stories of the women on these beautiful oracle cards. Feel free to choose the one that you feel most drawn to. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you hit the like button, that you subscribe. You check the links in the description box below because I have so many goodies for you to enjoy. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let's find out what your person's thoughts and feelings are about you in this period. Hey group 1, hello my loves, welcome to your reading on the topic of your person's thoughts and feelings about you. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this Divine Feminine card. This is the Dakini, and your affirmations to manifest love or to improve your connection are the following. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. Before I jump into your cards, and I pre-selected them here so I can jump straight into the messages, I'm going to read you a poem by Rumi from this little booklet that I have here. I'm just going to randomly open it at a page that Providence provides. Okay, this is the poem that I have here for you. Let's read it. There is a way from your heart to mine, and my heart knows it, because it is clean and pure like water. When the water is still like a mirror, it can behold the moon. So already we're picking up on the fact that you might be dealing with a water sign. There could be moon placements that you have in combination with this person in your synastry charts. You could be having very compatible moons. Your moon could be in Leo, their moon could be in Sagittarius, your moon could be in Scorpio, their moon could be in Pisces. So there is some sort of friendly, harmonious aspect between your person's moon and your moon, which makes you have this deep, instinctive, intuitive, emotional understanding. You could be dealing here with two compatible water signs as well, or with a person on your mind that has their moon on the ascendant, a Cancer ascendant, or is just lunar in some way. Maybe they have their sun conjunct the moon and they have this very strong moon-like energy potentially in their 7th house or conjunct their Venus. So they bring this lunar energy into their personal connections, because the 7th house and Venus shows us how we love others, how we relate to others, and how we act as romantic partners. So now that we got those little introductory tidbits out of the way, let's see what cards I have here for you. From the Romantic Tarot, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So we're dealing with Jupiterian energy, and you see how cute this image is of them embracing on a bench. Very, very sweet. It's almost like you're looking to have some light-hearted, playful, fun interactions with the person on your mind. And I think that it's because we're looking at what they are thinking and feeling about you. I think that this is what they want to manifest in this period. Just some lovely hugs, some hand holding, some kisses. It's all very innocent and sweet. And we see here the amusement parks Ferris wheel. Sorry, for a second I forgot how that's called. So there's something here about elevating the connection higher. Let's see. We have here as well the 7 of Wands, and it's interesting because this card usually talks about, in the reverse position, it talks about wanting to give up, surrendering. Maybe they are surrendering their stubbornness. If you were in a connection where you belong to somebody else and they wanted to chase you, now I'm sorry to say, but this person is thinking of giving up. I feel that they're tired that you didn't make a decision. I feel that they're a little bit critical. You see in this card, once I unblock this energy, this is a woman that's been traveling with a gentleman, but when she reaches her destination, she jumps into the hands of another man that was waiting for her. So it could be a 3-party situation in which you are the main participant, and you might have had a choice between 2 men. I see here masculine energy, so take it as it applies. And I feel that the one on your mind, potentially the one that you could be truly having deep feelings for, and I think this person has deep feelings for you too, is a little bit tired, is a bit tired of being the third wheel in a decision that you need to make, okay? But I feel that because this card is next to Jupiter, this surrender, this letting go, is something that will help you in some cases for just a small group of you, because I'm reading for a large collective here, but for just a small group of you, you are the third party and they are the main participant in this love triangle, and they're ready to give up the other person to be with you. Okay, so I'm picking up on a variety of different strands. You do need to follow your gut, you do need to follow your intuition. This is not a matter that you can resolve by logically sitting and thinking about all the details. This is about feeling feeling something and then just going with it. You need to practice that as much as possible in this connection, and you need to stop caring what other people what other people think about you and say about you. You've been overly obsessed with this self-image. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. And it could be because maybe recently a lot of people commented on your relationship style, on your love situations, and now they feel like they can say whatever they please to you. So maybe some boundaries would work wonders in your personal connections at the moment, so that you can separate what other people are saying to you and how they are influencing your decisions, and what you are actually feeling for the people surrounding you, the people that you're crushing on. And especially I see here two individuals, two potential partners. Yeah. So I'm not saying this in any way to criticize you. It's just to make you aware of the potential aspect that might not be working in your personal connections, so that when you become aware, then you know what to do about it. You know how to control it. You know what to continue if you want to, if you choose to follow my advice. Now, let's see, we have here the King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Somebody that is rational, highly intelligent, somebody that laughs a lot, is very funny, very witty, likes to read, to write, is an excellent communicator. This person could actually be an academic, a teacher, a professor. They could own a very important blog. I'm hearing something here about financial matters. They could write for the Financial Times. Who knows? Maybe they are into numbers, crunching numbers. Maybe they are into investments, investment banking. They could be working with NFTs. They could have a computer-based job. They could be somebody that enjoys IT development, technological development. They could be working for a high-tech robotic company. All of these aspects fall under the energy of the swords, air energy. So it's all about the future, progress, thinking, reading, writing, speaking, and keeping things lighthearted. This is a very emotionally detached energy. But just because a person is emotionally detached doesn't mean that they don't feel horny, and it doesn't mean that they can't love other people. It's just that they have a very peculiar style of loving. It's very different than how a water sign, a fire sign, or an earth sign would show love. And I see that this individual is floating somewhere around you. This person has good intentions. So if you spotted through the clues that I was giving you who this air sign might be, trust this individual, follow their advice. They're going to help you. They are trustworthy. We also have here the Knight of Cups blocked. So a love invitation that was rejected, refused. I think you lacked trust in this person. And I am here to let you know that you kind of self-sabotaged yourself a little bit. This person is feeling that they wanted to build something with you. We have the Seven of Coins blocked. It's interesting because I see a synchronicity already here, 7-7. So I see that what this person is thinking and feeling about you, they're frustrated because they came forward with a love offer. They invited you to do something together with them. You rejected them. It might have been an invitation to have some fun in between the bed sheets, and you rejected that. And now this person wants to give up because they feel like they can't build anything. But you have 7-7, which means that this connection is divinely guided, group one. So what are you waiting for? Talk to this person, reestablish connection, because this person has the potential to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of good luck. You can grow a lot with this person, okay? We have here as well Sagittarius. Yeah, so confirmation for some of you. You could be dealing with a person that is quite dualistic. They could be a Sun in Gemini with the Moon in Sagittarius. So there's this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde energy about them. They could be an ascendant in Sagittarius and they have their Sun in the 7th house in Gemini. But that doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them quite dualistic, quite contradictory from time to time. But again, this is not a marker that there's something wrong with this person and they should check their head. It's just that a lot of us are people that live with a lot of contradictions, especially if we're going through quite intense periods in our lifetime. We have here She Who Sees, Makita. So we have Leo energy. You could be a Leo. You could have some very proud, loving, loyal energy, but you might self-sabotage yourself. As soon as you pick up on something that makes you feel a little bit afraid, or like you're doubting that this person respects you, you might snap the connection. I think it's worth reconsidering. And I think the next Mercury retrograde, from the moment when you see this reading, you will have an opportunity to reconcile or at least talk things over with this person. Mercury retrograde will surely bring this person back into your life. whatever combination this person is, either Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Gemini, or in Libra, you know better. I'm just here to give you some pointers. So the keywords here are observe, perceive, and scrutinize. Do less and observe more. Talk less and listen more. Allow this person to give you things rather than jump to do things for them, and you will have success in this situation. Okay. Wow. This is the reading that I have for you. I want to keep it short and sweet. If you want a more in-depth reading, I offer personal readings. And if you want more spicy content, I have a recently opened Patreon account, so make sure to follow me there. Everything you need is always linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for listening, Group 1. Take care. God bless. And yeah, see what you're going to do with this person. I see some really interesting energies here, and they're all quite positive. Mwah. Hey Group 2, hello my loves. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of your person's thoughts and feelings. Let's check the pulse of the connection on your mind. This is for those of you that were drawn to this card. It's so bright, you can barely see it. So we have here the light of Saint Brigid. Her affirmations for you in order to manifest love, or maybe to mend some broken bridges in this connection, are: I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Gorgeous. So beautiful. This could be a higher order love connection. Let's see. I'm going to read you right now a poem from this booklet before I dive into your cards. I have them pre-selected here for you, so I can just jump into the messages without delay, because I know you're looking forward to find out what's happening. But first, let me just randomly select a poem. Okay, so I have a poem that seems to be a two-parter. I'm going to begin reading both of them. So what does Rumi have to convey to you? Do you want to enter paradise? To walk the path of truth, you need the grace of God. We all face death in the end, but on the way, be careful never to hurt a human heart. Do you know what the music is saying? Come follow me and you will find the way. Your mistakes can also lead you to the truth. When you ask, the answer will be given. I'm kind of feeling that this is a connection that has been tried and tested. I do feel that this could be a potential higher order soulmate, a twin flame situation, something that is incredibly passionate but also quite painful, that provokes both you and your person to grow a lot. So let's find out what's happening here. From the Romantic Tarot, you have the following cards. We have here the 5 of Coins. So we see here a situation where you both hit it off very quickly from the beginning. There was an instant sense of familiarity, but I feel like your person suffers from low self-esteem. They think that they're not good enough. They think that you always leave them on the outside looking in. They think that you don't give them enough attention. 5 of Pentacles is the energy of poor little me. I can't do it alone. You have to come and help me. It is the energy of the beggar that sits outside of the church door, thinking that they have been abandoned by life, not really knowing that the divine lives inside of all of us, and all that person needs to do is understand the phenomenal power that they have just through the sheer fact that they were given life, that they were given vitality and energy. So this person has been misusing their energy, and they have been actually growing these castles in the sky made of negative beliefs about you, about them. And I think that these negative beliefs are not necessarily the fact that they're a reflection of your personality. I think you're okay. I just think that this person is projecting a lot of their issues with women or the sex that they are attracted to, take it as it applies. And they're projecting issues that they have with romantic partners onto you. And you're just like a mirror, a sounding board for their issues. And I think that you tried to actually cooperate with this person, but every time you try to reach out, they reject you. And maybe in moments when this person tries to reach out to you, you reject them, or you feel hurt because of what has happened in the past and how they replied to you in the past. So it's like hurt breeds hurt, rather than finding a way to kind of re-knot this connection with compassion and warmth and affection. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have the Emperor. You could be dealing with a financially powerful man, somebody that is like the ideal masculine in your eyes. I'm saying masculine because I see here a man, but again, take it as it applies. I know that I'm reading for a majority of women, and I also have a lot of gay viewers as well, and I'm super happy for that. But take it as it applies. Whatever sex or gender you're interested in, this is the energy. So somebody that has a very strongly developed masculine side is a leader, is an organizer, a planner, somebody that likes to tackle challenges head on. This is not a person that backs down when somebody comes at them with conflict. They just face it, they face it, and sometimes they push it back on their opponent and they win. The Emperor is ruthless. The Emperor is incredibly productive, charismatic. The Emperor oozes sexuality and charm and fertility. It's like, I'm the person. 444 when I said that. I think for you it might have been love at first sight. You instantly crushed on this person and they instantly noticed you. But I think that for them, love is kind of like a one-way street. I think they are this kind of individual that provokes a lot of passion in the people around them, and you are like, I'm sorry to say this, but one of the many people surrounding them, at least in their view. But I think that the deeper aspect of this connection, you're aware of it. We have here strength blocked, Leo energy turned on its head. If you're a Leo, if your person is a Leo, or you have Leo placements right now, they're being strongly challenged by the planet Saturn in Aquarius at the moment at which I'm filming this reading with the current astrological energies available to me. But it could be that when you will see this reading in the future, there might be some sort of Saturn aspects affecting maybe your Venus, your Sun, some personal planets in your chart or your person's chart. So Saturn, this is the energy of limits, fears, restrictions, an obsession with material things over and above emotional and spiritual things. It's kind of like, I only believe what I see in front of me. Don't come at me with hocus pocus. That's Saturn energy. And I feel that this connection also has like a time bind to it. It needs time for you both to grow into your lover's role. It's not a given that as soon as you met, things are just going to flow. No, you both have to put in work, because there is some karma that you first need to release in order to access your dharma, what you can build, contain, and grow through in this current incarnation with your person. There is certainly a past life link with this person. I also see some animalistic desires, some desires that can be barely contained, almost like this person wants to kind of sniff you and taste you like an animal. There's something here that talks a little bit about breaking forth. It's kind of like I'm getting this image of a rupture. This person kind of wants to like unleash the beast in this connection, something cheesy like that. But I see it that it's very real for this person, that feeling. And I also have here, the 8 of Cups. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it's not the 8 of Wands. Yeah, unfortunately, it's the 8 of Cups. It's almost like you want to let go of this connection, but you can't. The 8 of Cups upright is the card of, I'm done. This is it. I suffered enough. I have to walk away from this, even though it pains me so much to walk away from it. But blocked, this energy says, I want to walk away from you, but I can't. It's like you keep pulling me back. It's like I'm chained or bound to you. What is happening here? And I think it's because of karma. You still have some lessons to learn with this person. This is why this connection can be so infuriating. But fear not, because you have chosen the protective light of Saint Brigid. So this connection could be frustrating and infuriating, but it is because it's helping you become a better human being. The pain, the suffering is never just because God wants to punish you. No. It wants to bring you closer to it. It wants to connect you to this flow of love, to break your heart open and get you to trust people more, get you to open up more, get you to not self-sabotage or limit yourself needlessly. It wants to get you into a spontaneous flow of desire, passion, and love, because maybe in your upbringing you were taught exactly the opposite, how to repress, contain, and limit. Now we also have your oracle cards. We have here the moon. The moon, I'm laughing because it popped up in group 1's reading, so maybe you're here from group 1's reading. Hello, thank you for hanging out with me. The moon, a Cancerian energy, the mother. It also talks potentially of a moon-Saturn connection, maybe even a moon-Mars connection. So one of you could be incredibly stoic and could take on a lot of responsibility, could do the work, the emotional work for your person. You could take on the emotion work of two individuals, not only your own, while the other one could be highly volatile, quite explosive. Moon Mars placements show people that, you know, they find it very hard to contain their feelings. It's like something happens and they explode, they react very quickly, and that could actually create quite a weird connection, whereas one of you represses feelings and backs away at the slightest hint of conflict, while the other one is like pushes and like reacts very quickly and scares the other person away. Yeah, very, very similar to twin flame dynamics. But we also have here Colette, and her message to you is the following: she who nurtures, empathy, gentleness, and insight. And with the moon here, I can see very clearly, judging also by the poem that I read for you from Rumi at the beginning, there is this energy of you can only heal this connection, you can only pull this person through if you are tapping the most into your divine feminine energy. You have to be yielding, receptive, loving, forgiving, and it might be difficult for you to do that at the moment. It might be difficult for you to kind of bathe into your feelings, because I feel that once you open the dams of your heart, you're not only going to feel joy and exuberance and lust, you're also going to find there a lot of sadness, melancholy, regret. But purge those feelings, allow those feelings to come through, cry them out, scream them out for a brief period of time, process the anger, the sadness, because once you do that, a lot of positive energy is going to enter your body, it's going to enter your life and your connections. Sometimes we need to go through very intense and painful feelings so that we can access those yummy, relaxing, peaceful feelings. So don't repress yourself. This connection is pushing you to open up emotionally. And that's why this person is acting like this, because they want to provoke a passionate reaction inside of you. This is the reading that I had for you, group 2. Thank you so much for listening. If you are looking for a more in-depth, personalized, specific reading, you can get in touch with me for personal readings. If you want more spicy, lusty content, I have just recently opened a Patreon account. Check the links down in the description box below. They always contain all the information you need. Thank you for being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I cannot wait to see my next one. Mwah. Ciao. Hey group 3, hello my loves. Welcome to a pick a card reading on the topic of your person's thoughts and feelings for you. Let's get into this reading and find out what they are thinking. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Pope Joan. Yes, one of the few recordings in history of a woman becoming Pope. Let's see what affirmation she has for you in order to help you manifest love or maybe repair an ongoing connection. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So there's nothing that you can't do. It all depends on you in this connection, and maybe that is the burden, the fact that you feel a lot of free will and a lot of responsibility to keep this connection moving in some way. But before I actually jump into the cards that I pre-selected for you so that we can just jump straight into the messages, I'm going to read you a poem from this booklet by Rumi. I want to see if there is a poem here that could speak stronger to your soul, because nothing speaks to the heart more directly than poems. Maybe music and lyrics as well. Let's see. I got this. I opened it at this page, so very randomly, and I'm going to read you both sides. With love, you don't bargain there. The choice is not yours. Love is a mirror. It reflects only your essence if you have the courage to look in its face. To place you in my heart may turn you into thought. I will not do that. To hold you with my eyes may turn you into thorn. I will not do that. I will set you on my breath so you will become my life. Interesting, because some of the messages in this poem are slightly contradictory to what I was interpreting at the beginning. So there is something here about how much free will you have to make this connection happen, and how much there is the intervention of the divine and the intervention of faith itself. So let's see what cards you got. Maybe they can clarify this contradiction further. We have here the Tower card blocked. Pent-up emotions, desires, aggression even, passive aggression. Wanting something but not being able to put it directly into words. This person feels a lot for you, a lot of desire, a lot of they want to act, they want to do something about this connection, but they can't. For some reason, they feel like their hands are strapped behind their back, that somebody has placed a boulder in front of them and you, and they just cannot move it. They cannot untie themselves. It could be that this person is in a connection with somebody else, or they are under some sort of contractual obligation to not start a relationship in this period. Some professions and some niche kind of obscure professions, or professions that deal with a lot of secrets, people are discouraged to actually have personal connections. So maybe you're dealing with such an individual. I feel like, again, there's a very strong masculine energy, because this is the card of the god of war, Aries or Mars, and it represents both the sign Aries and also the sign Scorpio, because they used to be co-ruled by Mars in the past before Pluto was discovered. It's just that Aries is considered to be solar Mars, light Mars, and Scorpio is considered to be dark and kind of like more morbid Mars. Okay, so you could be dealing with either a Scorpio or an Aries. Keep in mind, I'm reading for a large collective. We have here as well the Three of Cups. Yeah, somebody was into the party lifestyle. Somebody, sorry, I apologize. I misread the card. I see here Six of Cups. Yeah, reverse cards always trick me. So, wait a minute. I'm getting a couple of messages. I just wanted to see another card. Yeah, so we have here the Eight. No, I genuinely think that this person was into a party lifestyle. And I think that they're trying to get over their nostalgia for you. I need to follow my own intuitive mistakes, yeah, because I think there are no mistakes. Everything is somehow connected. Everything is giving us a message if we learn to listen and pay attention and flow with it. So Six of Cups and Eight of Coins. Lack of hard work, lack of effort, next to not wanting to face their feelings, not wanting to become nostalgic or too mushy. The Six of Cups is a beautiful card. I actually consider it to be more powerful than the Ace of Cups, because it's 5 cups away from the Ace. It talks about finding a kindred spirit, sharing a past together. It talks about childhood, remembering fond memories. It talks about the feeling of having felt like you came home to somebody, but then it was taken away. So maybe you felt like this person is your home, or they felt in this way for you, but then they don't want to acknowledge that. It's almost like, no, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to think about it. Interesting. There are so many feelings here, but this person is just like bottling everything up. We have here the Four of Coins. Talk about bottling things up. We got the card of jealousy, possession, wanting to keep you, mine, my precious, right? Like Golem. So I see here an individual that keeps stalking you, that keeps looking after you, even though maybe you stop talking to them. They think you're gorgeous, you're glowing up in the spirit like never before. You keep attracting, you see how she's attracting all these animals? Maybe this person thinks that the people that give you romantic attention are like animals, and this person wants to fight them away from you. I think you're dealing here with a very jealous individual, but because they are under a contractual obligation, and because maybe they're in another connection, or because their pride is very big, their ego is massive, they don't want to come back to you, they don't want to repair the connection, they don't want to admit defeat, they cannot come to you, they cannot start anything with you. But at the same time, they hate thinking that other people could have you. So what's it gonna be, Group 3's person? We have here the Page of Coins. Yeah, feeling like they are not having an opportunity with you, that they cannot begin to build with you, that they are somehow losing money if they're coming towards you. It might be because they might need to say no to a job, or they might need to quit a connection in which they find themselves incredibly financially and materially comfortable, but emotionally malnourished. It's a tricky one, I have to say. We have here, we sometimes think that women are the ones that make themselves pretty and try to get married with very rich individuals, very rich men that take care of all their needs. But men do this as well. I mean, the economy is really tough. Why wouldn't they do that, right, guys? So let's not judge each other, because men can fall into these financial traps as well, right? We have here Hermit, and the Hermit is blocked. Yeah, this is an individual that constantly keeps thinking of you in an obsessive way, but they don't want to admit that they do that. They would never tell you. They are trying to block any feelings. This is Virgo energy turned on its head. It's like they feel a lot, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to admit that they have feelings. They think that, I think this is an individual that associates feelings with weakness. Unfortunately, that's a very traditional and toxic way of looking at emotions, I have to say. So we have maybe an individual that is an Aries with a moon in Virgo or a Virgo ascendant, a Mars and Virgo individual, a person that is quite perfectionistic, that likes to pay attention to details, and they could get so caught up in details, they're missing the bigger picture. They're missing the bigger aspect of how you would fit so well into their life, and thereby completing the puzzle that they are currently struggling with. Let's see what your oracle cards are. We have here Jupiter. So there will be a lucky conclusion, a lucky break, some good news that you're going to hear. There will be growth, there will be more contact, more is happening in this connection. Don't give up and don't despair. It's just that this person's ego, because Jupiter, like low vibrational Jupiterian energy, is about exaggerations. It's about thinking that you're the best. It's about not listening to other people, thinking that you have the moral high ground. And I think that this is the problem with this individual in this connection. They think that they're right and you're wrong. They think that they will always have better. But I think right now the universe is kind of blocking their options so that they could pay attention to how they are treating other people romantically, and especially you. Because I think you're a kind soul that is protected by the divine. That's why you got the Jupiter card. We also have here She Who Waits, Manara, patience, waiting, and determination. I hate giving you this advice, but I have to give you this advice because it's not about my own personal bias. It's about what the cards are showing me. This tells me that you might end up marrying this person. Jupiter in a woman's chart is always the husband, the teacher, the one that helps you grow in life, the spiritual challenger. And I feel that the advice from the divine is wait, be patient, stay determined, don't back away. Allow this person to have a couple of tantrums. When people kind of treat you in this tantrumy way, it's almost like they gotten accustomed to you. They feel very familiar to you, and they can do that with somebody that they feel familiar with. It's like a child, you know, when you babysit a child, initially at the beginning they will put on the best face because you are a stranger and they try to impress you, and as they gradually get more attached to you, you will get to see the nastier aspect of that child, because the child feels so comfortable in your presence that they can finally be themselves. And being yourself often means that you're going to show your partner your nasty side as well, not only your beautiful side, because we are made of both light and dark. So you cannot expect this person to be perfect when they are just a real human being, right? Much like you shouldn't hold yourself to such an ideal of perfection. You should also accept your shadow aspects, your nastier bits, because that will help you in turn be more compassionate with the nastier sides of this individual. Yeah, self-acceptance is other acceptance. Self-love is other love. Wow, it was a tour de force interpretation. I feel like I was speeding through it. Let me know down in the comments if it resonated. Thank you so much for listening. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get in touch for a more specific personalized reading to you, I offer those on my website. Also, if you want something more lusty, more romantic, more sexy, check out my Patreon readings. I have recently started my Patreon channel and I'm looking forward to upload a lot of content. Everything is always linked in the description box below for your quick, fast access. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to keep you too long. Take care. God bless. Mwah. Bye.